Hi everyone. What if you didn't have to explain yourself to your car every single time? That's the direction AI in the car is moving toward. Not a system that just listens to command, a system that already carries part of the context. So you don't have to. In this video, I want to break down how memory changes the cost of every interaction. Why context is the missing piece in automotive AI today, and what that shift means for how we design the cabin. Let's look at this example. The command comes from the driver, so it may sound clear and intentional. But a clear command does not always mean the system should respond immediately. In a car, the safety of an interaction depends on the driving moment. During a lane change, the driver is already checking the side and the rear view. This means attention has started to move away from the road ahead. If the system adds extra information, asks for confirmation, or shows a complex response at this moment, it may increase the driver's cognitive load. This is why AI cabin design needs context. The system should understand the driving state before deciding how much to respond, when to respond, and whether it should wait. This page is the core of the video. The main idea is about effort shift. At the beginning, the user has to explain more. The user has to describe the need, clarify the meaning, and sometimes go through several turns. This happens because the system does not yet understand the user's habits, preference, and repeated situations. But many in-car needs are not random. People often repeat similar routes. They use similar climate settings. They listen to familiar music. They also have stable habits around navigation, seat position, and tolerance for system behavior. So over time, memory becomes part of the system context. The user prompt becomes shorter because the system already carries part of the meaning. I would describe this as a shift in effort. At the beginning, most of the burden is on the user. The user has to explain clearly. The system only handles a small part of the context. But as memory builds, the system can infer more from previous behavior and the current driving situation. The user does not need to say everything again. This is why AI cabin memory is important. It should not only store what the user selected. It should help the system understand what the user probably means in this moment. For example, if the driver says, "Take me there," the system should not only wait for a full address. It can use route history, time, location, and recent behavior to infer the likely destination. The interaction becomes more natural because the system already shares part of the context with the user. But this memory must be designed carefully. A single action should not become a strong preference too quickly. Sometimes the user chooses an option because it is truly preferred. Sometimes the driver chooses it because it costs less attention in that moment. So the system needs confidence. Strong repeated behavior can become a stronger signal, and one-time action under driving pressure should stay weaker. This is where the trust loop starts. The more the user interacts, the more context the system has. The more context it has, the less the user needs to explain. When the system responds accurately with less input, the user becomes more willing to rely on it. In a car, this matters because the driver has very limited attention for error recovery. So the goal is not to make the AI talk more. The goal is to make the user explain less. AI cabin should gradually reduce the user's expression cost while keeping the system behavior predictable. That is the real shift from command recognition to context-based cabin intelligence. I'm Paxton. I share automotive UX and intelligent cockpit design analysis here. If you have any thoughts or examples you want me to discuss, leave a comment. And if this topic interests you, welcome to subscribe.